But we got like 30,000 new followers from just this video.
So the one post grew the account by like
it.
250%.
Yeah, which is incredible. I don't know. It's wild.
I mean, that's the most viewed video I've even heard anyone make.
In the world?
That I know.
I am the most famous creator Brad knows.
Did we break anything?
We didn't break anything.
What do you mean you didn't break anything?
Oh, God, yeah. I think maybe we both just deleted that from our memory because of how traumatic it
we
is.
did break
Really more
something.
traumatic for
I
you
broke
than me. There you go.
I'm not sure how you guys could say no, you didn't have any mishaps.
Good morning and welcome to the Table Scraps podcast.
On today's podcast, we've got a new set, and we're talking about all the projects that we've been working on the last few weeks.
It's just the three of us, but it's still a good one. We hope you enjoy.
Wow, Katie,
know,
you said
I
more
know.
words.
I know. I was feeling more confident.
I feel like you're the boss over there. We were saying that when Christian gets here, you can come sit in the middle of us, and we'll just put him right there and put him on camera immediately, and we'll just start roasting him with questions.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think that's a bad idea.
That sounds terrible.
And terrifying.
It'd be a crash course, though, in what is to come. Maybe we should just make him the personality. Just have him on camera all the time.
He's just the face of Scrapyard.
Yeah, exactly. That way we don't got to do it.
I don't mind doing it.
I'm still tough for me.
Yeah, you really skated through on that Lake X video.
I mean, I shot that like as
The
I
people
was.
wanted to see your face.
I know.
I didn't see it.
That's why.
I just did. Well, I shot it on an iPhone, but it looked terrible because it was, noon. Sun was just coming straight down on my hat, so my face was the only thing that you couldn't see. It just wasn't good.
Was that my punishment for taking the second FX3?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just shooting on my iPhone.
Did you
now.
publish it somewhere?
Yeah, it just
Scrapyard-
didn't
Scrapyard
get
Media
any
Instagram.
traction.
Did you hide it, Brad?
No, I didn't hide it.
Is that what he does with bad posts?
Yes, but I didn't hide that one. I didn't even know that you posted it, and it was 2 days ago. And I went and looked. I'm like 700 views. No wonder I didn't see it.
Yeah. No, it didn't do very well. But it was just me talking and then B-roll. I don't know. I liked
It's
when I shot those first two shots because I intend on using those in the video. I liked them. It was just like an overhead drone shot tracking a truck going down like through trees, and then a shot going through the trees. So it's like the front of the car basically. I don't know. I like that shot.
I'll have to take a look.
I intend on using it, but the internet didn't like it very much. I guess there wasn't a very good hook, which is
whatever.
it's a learning experience.
Plus, that was a reel that was more informative. It wasn't as Wank calls it, top of the funnel. We're not trying to reach everybody.
Yeah, that's not the view count one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In our planning session the other day, we went through a lot of that. What's the top of the funnel content? What's the bottom of the funnel content?
How did that go? I heard you guys talking about pillars.
It was good. We came up with a decent amount of ideas and kind of based it on shoots instead of like, oh, we're going to make this many reels this week. It's like, if we can come and we can say, hey, we're going to do a shoot on this bigger, broader topic with these people in this place with this boat, whatever, then we can break out content off of that instead of just randomly doing stuff all the time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say every 6 months we change up our strategy, and I think that's healthy.
I think it's smart. I mean, what I was telling you about some quote that I heard from, I think it was like the IBM CEO or something like that, and it was like, in order to stay successful and stay ahead, you basically have to be paranoid. But I know paranoid sounds like a bad word, but it's essentially like, don't get comfortable with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like if you start to get comfortable, just change it. Just do something different to stay ahead of the curve. So I think that's smart.
It's always funny too because he's doing really well with the sales. Like the pipeline is full, boats are going, and it's like, okay, now we're gonna change everything.
I mean, it's because maybe they stop flowing at some point.
Yeah,
But it's
I
worked.
guess.
It's worked so far.
Yeah.
So just staying ahead of it. Maybe now's a good time to address where we're sitting.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's much different. We got tired of sitting in a white cube with the same sticky
Your
notes.
cube?
Yeah, that's where I sit all day anyway. So then we were just continuing to sit there for the podcast. I mean, it's a great office, don't get me wrong, but it's not the most flattering space. And being that we are a video production company, it makes sense that we maybe try a little bit harder on our podcast setup, have it look a little more flattering. I like it so far.
Yeah.
It's just good to be in a bigger room. What do you think?
Can't see, so I don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh, because your screen's not facing you?
Yeah.
You look great.
But I'm glad
Just
that
trust
you
us.
guys are able to tell. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you how do you feel sitting in this room instead of the other room? You can't tell because of where the cameras are placed. We're a little further. We're a little bit more spread
I
out.
feel slightly isolated.
Yeah. Maybe we need to bring you in a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a work in progress. It'll still look really good on the internet, that's for sure. But to make the conversation flow, maybe we.
I like that office.
You
In
like
there.
you like sitting in there?
That used to be my office.
Let's be clear. I did not kick you out of that office. You were already gone.
I was kicked out far before.
Before I went in there.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be a conference room, and then we just realized we don't do any conferences.
And then you stole the office.
Yeah, well, I'm like, if we're not having conferences, then I'm just going to come down here. But for a while, we were sitting in the same room, which we've talked about before. It was nice to have space. So, yeah, it's. I like this though.
Yeah, I do too.
We're kind of sitting amongst things that we enjoy doing outside of work, like ping pong behind you, bar behind me, pool table underneath the ping pong table.
What's Katie got? That
The
conga,
office?
that conga drum back there.
I do enjoy the Congo jump.
You got Costa immediately here. I think she likes this a little bit better too.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
She's
cat's
got
gonna
more
come.
room.
We just
Cat-
got to figure out where a guest is gonna sit.
Yeah,
Probably
They
over
can
by
sit
you.
in this chair with me.
Yeah, there you go. It's a big chair.
we'll just have them sit here in the couch directly in front of us, and we'll just talk at the back of their head. Yeah, there's gonna be some shuffling to be done
for sure.
But
and probably a new couch because this thing.
I got this couch off Facebook Marketplace for like $200.
I know it was a great deal.
It
filled the room.
That's pretty good. Was it in the same condition as it is now when you bought it?
Yes.
The rips are a little worse now.
But the rips were already there.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, for $200 though,
filled the
whatever.
room
Filled the room.
Basement couch.
And we
Basement
sit
couch
on
is
this
never
couch
gonna
maybe
once a month.
4 times. No, not even once a month.
Do you
Maybe
guys-
4 times a year.
Do you guys come down here to watch movies?
No. We don't
Really?
watch movies, really.
No.
We did watch a movie the other night, though.
Yeah, what was that? Electric something? It
Yeah.
was about robots.
I fell asleep halfway through, but
Is that with Millie Bobby Brown
no
and
idea.
Chris Pratt? Do you guys know who either of those people are?
No.
Was there a younger female actress?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I think that was that movie then. Was it any good?
Yeah, I loved it.
Really? I just listened to a podcast
It was
where they're
over
talking
2
about
hours,
it. Okay.
so I didn't love that because I didn't get much sleep that night. But Katie fell asleep in the first 15 minutes.
I took a sleeping pill.
That's nice. 15 minutes. That means you didn't even think about it. You were just
No.
out.
But I get invested. Whenever I turn on a movie, I almost always finish it.
Yeah, same. I had a problem with that with TV too. I would put on like The Office or something and be like, all right, I'll just fall asleep to this, and then I just watch 5 episodes.
I'm like, oh, robot movie? Like, this is probably going to suck. I'll probably shut this off in 15 minutes.
That's
and I
good.
ended up watching it.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'll watch it.
You should watch it. I mean, you watch a lot of movies, so.
Yeah, I'll watch it, and then we can talk about it. That's one of my favorite pastimes is just talking about movies with people that we've both seen or TV shows.
Future segment of the pod.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you guys watch a movie, let me know. I'll watch it. Then we can sit here and talk about it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes to an hour, depending.
Yeah.
I'll have to control myself.
We need movie suggestions.
Yeah, I know.
I give you them pretty often.
Yeah, you do. I write them down.
Do you?
And then they just sit there.
And then I forget that I have a list of suggestions.
I have so many movies saved to watch, but I'll continue to give you guys stuff as I watch it. I do that with a couple of my friends too, because I do watch quite a few movies.
You ever watch YouTube?
I watch YouTube when I watch our own videos to get that view count up.
Oh, nice.
So, like, when we go sit on the couch and we're just relaxing, we're just watching YouTube.
Yeah, I watch YouTube for live music. That's pretty much what I do.
Sports, too. We watch a lot of sports.
Like recap stuff.
No, like on
Like the
regular
games.
ESPN or whatever.
Well, that's YouTube TV.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, YouTube
do.
videos and sports.
Oh, as what the stuff that you're
no
taking
movies.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like exclusively TV shows and movies, and then sometimes a little bit of sports. YouTube is like when I have had a few beers and I want to listen to some music, but I want to watch it too. And then
That's
I
fair.
sit there and watch like live concerts.
Tiny desk.
Yeah, stuff like that. I've broadened my horizons a little bit since working here and talking to you guys about what you guys are taking in. Recently, I've started to think a little bit more about how easy it is to create something and publish it on YouTube versus the hoops that you would have to jump through to do it with any sort of like major network or streaming service. And it makes me, it's not that I didn't give credit to YouTube before, but I give them more credit for that. Like that having that open platform where like similar to what we do, like if you find funding, you can still shoot what you want to shoot and then publish it on there. And you don't have to like deal with executives or people that want creative control.
Yeah.
It's a lot more loose, a lot more free, which is really cool.
I mean, that's helpful for us.
Yeah.
That's where everything lives.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we couldn't attempt other things, but it's just simple.
Yeah, and maybe in the future. I think about it like with music, people can release their own music on like through an indie label or even just by themselves now. If you have a computer and you know what you're doing, you can produce an entire album yourself, and you can just get it out there freely. And then if it gains traction, maybe you earn a record deal. I was just listening to a podcast with Jelly Roll, and he was talking about that. How he started on YouTube, and he got up to the point where he was making 7 figures on YouTube, and executives were approaching him for deals, and he was like, why would I do that? Like, I'm already making so much money on YouTube. You got to come with something a lot better than that.
Yeah.
So
and
like,
he's got all the control and everything.
Yeah, he owns all his entire library. Like he didn't have to sell it to anybody. So that using that public platform like a YouTube, or like even if you just put your stuff on Spotify or something, if you're a musician, and gaining recognition before you have to get into the world of whatever that is, the larger companies that are just looking at like an opportunity for money. It's nice. Good idea.
Yeah.
So I guess speaking of YouTube videos, I mean, it's just 3 of us today, so we can talk a little bit about what we've been up to.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we did one. I feel like
Have you been making YouTube videos?
We've been making YouTube videos, yes. That seems to never stop.
Pretty consistently, yeah, I would say. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the DNR project is going and what that is?
Yeah, so DNR Customs is I guess you could call it local. They're within 20 minutes, kind of out in the country. Local shop that does diesel repairs and some fabrication work, and pretty cool shop they got out there in wherever that is. What,
like Goodles, maybe?
Smith Creek or something? I think it's Smith Creek.
Somewhere over by I-69,
yeah,
like past Memphis.
But Derek started the company probably 20 years ago or so. He said he has 20 years of experience. And they got their hands on a 2025 diesel Cummins Ram and tore it all apart. And it was pretty cool to film all that. I learned a lot about what's inside of an
Cars.
engine. Yeah. Didn't know anything when we were shooting it, so it was kind of difficult to like know what to film and whatnot. But after listening back to hours of footage, you kind of hone in on what's important and what's a camshaft and an intake valve and all these things that they were just geeking out over, which was cool to watch. But it's our first time working with him, and he already does a little bit of content creation himself. He'll record himself doing reels, talking about some of the things that they do, some of the projects they have. And it was nice to work with him because he was familiar with being on camera, and he came with ideas, and he kind of laid out an outline for us to follow and stuck to it, and it made the editing process a lot easier. So I was able to cut down on the hours that it took to do that. But yeah, I mean, when we left there, he was kind of joking about what's the next video going to be. So you love hearing that when you're working with somebody for the first time. And we got him the video last night. So that was like 10 days after shooting it. It's like a 25-minute video. So I felt pretty good about that turnaround time.
For sure.
He was a nice guy. Did you have any mishaps while you were shooting?
I don't know. Did we? Did we break anything?
We didn't break anything. I think the hardest thing was just not...
What do you mean you didn't break anything?
Oh God, yeah. I think maybe we both just deleted that from our memory because of how traumatic it is. Really more traumatic for you than me.
Yeah.
We should have brought it down here as a prop. Maybe maybe we cut at some point and go grab it because you should see it. It's pretty bad.
I'll go grab it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, I got it right here. I'm not going to spoil that yet. Yeah, so first thing we do is go out and use the good daylight because it was morning. And we want to shoot some running shots of the truck. So I got the Ronin. We're filming truck to truck, getting some rollers and whatnot. Going fine. Come back to the shop, put the drone up. We're going to get a couple more shots. And everything was fine. We were looking for kind of a field where I could fly out wide on the outside of the road and shoot back. So we find the field. I'm flying the drone. We're going like 30, 40 miles an hour. And I start to, like, here's the road. Here's the road. Drone's out here swinging around. And then I bring it like right up on the corner, the rear corner of the truck. And there's like, a 2-foot sign that says no passing zone or something like that. And I just smoked it with the drone.
I think the guys tried to warn you too, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they're like, up, 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 up. I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean up? There's nothing out here.
God, that had to have made a loud noise too when it hit that sign.
Yeah, loud noise. Just.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's broken. I'm not sure how you guys could say no, you didn't have any mishaps.
Yeah,
you guys said
dude.
that pretty confidently too.
Yeah, right.
I was
know,
like,
I
really?
forgot about this. It'd be great if we could like part this thing out because the camera's still fine.
When Brad came home, he said, "You'll never guess what I ran into." And I started guessing things. I'm like, a bird, some electric wires,
Yeah, no, I dodged all that.
another vehicle.
Just
Nope.
I guess we'll
just a
just leave
I
it
didn't guess the
here.
sign.
Just
I
a
was not
stationary
thinking that,
sign.
yeah.
There you go.
Just sitting there waiting to be hit.
there you go, internet. Make fun of me.
Yeah, that's rough. Well, we already got a new one, so
Yeah.
that's just the turn and burn.
It was
of-
funny
of
because
it.
Derek's like, "Oh, I guess you're working for free today."
Literally
I'm like, yeah, you're right.
right back into the project.
$2,200.
Yeah, I guess other than that, no, I think
Yeah,
it
other
went
than
pretty
that.
smooth. It was just more like neither of us are car guys, so we're trying to learn while shoot, try to grab as much as we possibly can. I mean, to your point, he was really good at being like, hey, I want to talk about this thing, like come over here and shoot it. So we didn't necessarily need to understand everything. Is there any camera?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Loka just ate it.
Damn.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. She's going
His,
back around the other way.
his shop is real clean for being a car shop.
Yeah,
He
it
seems
is.
to run a tight shop over
Yeah.
there. But yeah, he was super cool, fun project.
Yep.
Learned some new stuff. The idea of just getting a brand new truck and tearing it to shreds, essentially, it was like a science project for them. Like
Yeah,
they
that's
were
what he
just,
kept saying.
It was like dissecting a frog. Like they got the truck and then they're just like, all right, let's take it apart. Let's look at what's different, all in an effort to like prepare themselves for like future issues. It's really smart. It's the amount of preparation is huge. I think that's why he's so successful because he digs into it like that. But
I'm excited to post that because I
thought-
think it's going to get a lot of views.
yeah, for sure.
What's
I
up?
thought it was funny that it's a diesel truck repair shop. What is it?
Yeah, you can call
Okay.
it
Upgrades too.
Upgrades. Okay, and we roll in in our Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't seem fitting.
that. Yeah, I felt kind of bad parking that out front. I might have lost some business that day.
different strokes for different folks, I would say.
Yeah.
He
Well,
didn't hate on you too hard for it.
that was a fun project. A couple other ones that we had, just shoot wise, were the U of M kids, and then some work with Alex Pratt. And the U of M shoot happened at Lake X, and I was really excited to go to that. Unfortunately, we had both shoots happen at the same weekend. So you went to Lake X, and I went to Las Vegas with Alex. But I'm curious, like, we still didn't really talk about Lake X. So how, like, was it cool there? I mean, I've always wanted to go. What did you think of the landscape there?
I thought it reminded me of northern Michigan a little bit, honestly. Like the lake itself was very it was just kind of like off to the side, nothing else around it. There's like maybe one other structure, like another company that also uses the lake. There was a lot of like greenery and stuff. Like it felt like a Michigan lake, which was weird being in Florida, you know.
Was it warm?
Yeah, it was like probably 80 degrees most of the time that we were there,
Nice.
but it would go down to like 40 to 50 at night.
Perfect.
So it was like the desert type temperature where it gets really cold at night. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, just knowing, I guess, how old the place is, and like essentially everything that we are involved in the marine industry from a Mercury racing perspective was hashed out there. So like,
Yeah.
you can look at as far back as you want to like the oldest engines and like to see where they've progressed now. Like it's similar to like the truck thing. Like they just go there, they run things over and over again until they run out of gas or they break, and then they're like, okay, why did it break? So it's just engineering. But you can tell that everybody that goes down there to do that is really passionate about it. So that was cool. It's old. Like there's certain things like the tower, you know, that's kind of like renowned.
Mm-hmm.
They can't use that right now. It was damaged structurally from a hurricane. So probably those two that hit Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just kind of standing there now. It's more like a statue.
Yeah.
You know, but there's just not as much going on there, I think, as there used to be. But they still use it. They still get down there. They still run boats.
It sounds so like top secret, like X.
It
Top secret.
Great name.
Spies.
Yeah, it for sure had
Does it
that
feel
vibe.
like that? Yeah.
I mean, you have to have a code to get in, and then
Okay.
it's like a pretty far drive down to actually see the facility. So it definitely has
Was
that vibe.
the code elaborate?
I think they changed the code. I actually got the code. I don't know if I can
like
say that, but
QTV 1200
no.
WX.
What, are you just guessing right now?
I don't know. I'm just curious if it's like letters like that. Or if it's-
I am not going to disclose anything about this code. I will say that they were generous enough to let me use it so that I can get in and out without having to bother anybody.
Okay.
But they did say when we all leave, they're changing the code. So we do not have access to the facility anymore.
Dang.
So yeah, that facility was cool. The shoot was cool. They brought a bunch of people down to help the students. So it was nice to see that. It was funny because you got it's basically just a bunch of smart asses, just like, you know, they think they know, and then the other engineers know, the Mercury engineers know what to do, and then they're kind of, it's not arguing, it's more like theorizing, and they're just going back and forth with it. But it's funny because they all like, if they had a different theory, they would argue it until finally someone would convince somebody else, and like that moment was so like, it was just worth the entire argument. And then they would make ground, and then they would keep going.
Did you understand what they were saying?
No, Jesus.
You were just looking at their reactions and being like, who's going to lose this one?
Yeah, I'm like, I really don't know who's right here, but I would like to say that I learned some stuff, but it's a lot of like electrical engineering and stuff like that, things that I'm just not familiar with.
Yeah.
But it was still interesting to see them racking their brains the whole time and trying to problem solve and stuff like that. That's something that everybody can relate to, is problem solving.
For sure.
It's just what type of problem solving are you doing? But it was cool to see the experts down there helping them. My Airbnb that I stayed in was very
I was gonna
interesting.
ask you what you thought about the Airbnb I booked you.
It was like directly across the street from the facility, which like most everybody else was going to a hotel that was like 45 minutes away or something like that. I just had to cross the street, and it was like an independently ran community that just runs off solar power. So there's no electricity ran to this location. They had like vegetation and stuff, like they were growing their own produce. Like I'm not sure if they just live off the land there, but it's definitely something similar to that. One morning I walked out and there was just like 15 cows, 50 feet from my Airbnb. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't see these cows yesterday. I guess they just like navigate around a couple of fields that they have. It was cool. It was cool.
When I heard that it was a solar powered tiny house, I laughed so hard because I'm at the Wynn in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The whole city's lit up 24 hours of the day, you know.
It was much different. It was the opposite
it was
of
the
that.
exact opposite.
And opposite of what you guys are interested in.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Brad would have rather been there, and you would have rather been
I
where
would
he
say
was.
I'd rather be in Vegas because
Come on, you love Vegas.
but
Bob's,
like,
you're a Vegas guy. I
Yeah,
feel
you'd
like
be up all
No.
night. You would have went out with them.
No.
I didn't do that.
but see, that would be the part that would deter me from going, is that I wouldn't be able to say no. It wouldn't be that I would go out and like get wasted or anything like that. It would just be the sheer
Are you
lack
sure?
of sleep. If I have it allot myself maybe one night toward the end, because to be honest with you, those are the moments sometimes when you develop a
for
relationship.
sure. I don't disagree
For
with that.
sure.
But
Yep.
it's just like,
But Alex only went out one night.
Yeah, because he's same thing. He's
He
got
had
so
to
much
like
going on.
run the truck and be alive.
Yeah. So
But I didn't go out that night. You would have.
Let me wrap on Lake X and then let's talk about that because I want to hear your perspective of Vegas. Because apparently I love Las Vegas. I've been there.
Vegas guy.
I've been there 2 times. I bet like I don't lose more than $100 at the casino and then I quit. Like I don't. I really.
You ever slept in Vegas?
What do you mean?
Did you just all-nighter every night there?
Did I ever sleep in Vegas? You mean like out in like the casino or something?
No, just in general.
Like, did you go to sleep when you were there?
Oh, I'm like, yeah, I slept there 3 nights. What do you mean? Yes, I went to sleep.
Okay. All right, go ahead and finish.
Okay, so to wrap Lake X, that little community was cool. I stayed in like a shipping container. The last thing I want to say is that I thought it was funny that in the directions it was like be conservative on power, and I'm like, I'm gonna charge so many batteries every single day.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna drain this thing, but it was fine. Florida's sunny enough, so we were good. But yeah, okay. So now let's talk about your trip with Alex.
Yeah, well, going out there, meeting these guys for the first time, that's always interesting because flying across the country, we didn't really plan where we were staying or where we were meeting or anything until we got there. So I'm used to that, I guess, but it's always a little daunting the first time you go do that. So when I did meet them, it was on Fremont Street preparing for the parade. So all the trucks came right down the Vegas Strip. They closed it off.
Fremont's like the older one, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of where they started, and then they came down the main strip, and then they ended back on Fremont. But it was really cool. I mean, there was probably 100 trucks, 50 to 100 trucks. I wasn't counting, but there was a lot. And the police blocked off the street. They all came down. I was up on a bridge filming it, so that was pretty fun. But meeting them right away was great. They're great guys. And I'm referring to a couple people here. Alex Pratt and his videographer, Ashton Cocker. Those guys were great. So I had a good time. Yeah. And then his friends came in to watch some of the races, and they were good people. We went to a couple dinners, and then I said, see ya, I'm going to bed. And they went out one night. Ashton might have went out a couple nights. They did the UFC. They
there was a fight that weekend.
Up. Yeah,
nice. Okay, yeah, I probably would have gone out a couple of nights.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Ashton was back in bed by like 10 or 11 most nights, but I didn't even make it to that point.
Yeah. Well, you were probably still that's
he's
traveling.
From Florida, so
okay.
I had no excuse.
He's just got more energy.
Yeah.
He's younger. About 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 years younger. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll do
I
it.
think.
Well, it's cool that you guys got along.
Yeah. It was great.
Helpful and everything.
Yeah. So now we're doing another shoot for the same project in the Dominican Republic in a couple weeks. And it feels good because I know them. I kind of understand what the project's going to be. I understand what Alex likes and how he handles being on camera. So I can kind of cater things more to him now. I don't know if he was happy or disappointed with how the shooting all went, but it was a lot more of feeling out the situation and understanding him. Even though I didn't go out and like do that whole dance, I mean, we still spent 5 days together. So it was really productive, and I think the project's going to be really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. What was the racing like? Like, how was... I know you told me a little bit about the damage that happened to the gear and just like kind of being thrown into something that is like so opposite from what we're used to.
I was not expecting the gear to all break.
As you probably should not expect.
I mean, the dirt and the dust from the desert, I guess, gets in the fans of the camera and just like toasts them. It covers the lenses. I was completely covered. It's kind of brutal. And I was talking to Tom Lee about it because he's been filming or shooting this event for 10 years. And he was saying that's just part of it. He's like, we got a ton of camera shops. You know, that's how you keep them in business.
Yeah.
Like, really? We don't have a camera shop anywhere around here.
No, 45.
Well, that's because we live in the middle of nowhere.
We don't have much around here.
Yeah.
You mean we don't have a camera shop?
No.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, just go to a camera shop. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to buy a few cans of air and figure this out myself.
Yeah.
Luckily, none of the gear did break, but one FX3 out there, my main rig, just stopped working. So that was really disappointing because of the audio on that is so much better than the other ones. Just based on the XLR.
Just like
cable.
the setup.
Yeah, it's just a better setup.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little disappointing. Couldn't fly drones at all, so didn't need to take that.
Because of the helicopters and,
No.
the drones that were shooting the event too?
No, it was just a rule of the organizers of the race that no one could fly drones except their people. So,
Okay. And it's like a coverage thing?
yeah, and they also had helicopters, and then they just offered us to purchase the footage afterwards, which I guess that's part of it, but it's a little disheartening when you go out there with, like Alex brought 2 people to film this. We're perfectly capable of filming it the same exact way that they filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have to pay on top of it.
Yeah.
And there was also a lot of issues with the rights to the footage. So even though we filmed it, we still were not allowed to use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're still working on that. I don't know how that's going to end up shaking out, but like if you looked at Good Boy Vodka last week or whenever it was a couple weeks ago, there was nothing of the Baja race up on there.
That's
the
kind
mid
of
400s.
That's kind of crazy. I can't believe that they could like hold all of that back because I'm sure all those teams brought people that were producing content for them too. So like, how do you not want that's like free advertising for you? It's like a mutual relationship, I feel.
So you were allowed to post it if it wasn't promoting a product. So we could post it on Alex's personal page, but we couldn't post it on the Good Boy Vodka page because
Okay.
it was endorsing that product. And if we wanted to do that, we had to pay $25,000.
Jesus. I mean,
That's nuts.
you put your sticker on the side of your car and you take it to this event. Like, how is that any different than what else exists? Or is this like something that we're not used to in the boating community?
Yeah, so this is a common practice for like F1, the NFL, NBA, like any mainstream sports. This is how it's done.
I just don't. I mean, no offense to Baja, but like, I mean, F1 is
It's the Mint 400. I
the
That's
the
the
event itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Baja is a different race where they go down the Baja Peninsula in Mexico.
Oh, I thought it was
And
like
back-
the type of truck.
I kind of did too, but I guess it's a trophy truck.
Okay.
But anyway, the Baja race, the guys were talking about it and they're like, oh, it's the best. There's no rules. There's no people out there. You do whatever you want.
Okay.
You want a helicopter, you go get a helicopter. You want to fly your drone, you fly it. Do whatever. They don't care. But I guess it's like not as supported. It's a little bit dicey. I mean, it's in Mexico versus in Vegas. But the guys that were racing the trucks and the media people all said that like
That's the one.
yeah.
That's where
but
you
it's
go to make
1,000
content.
miles versus 400.
Oh my goodness. I hope
Yeah.
we don't have to record that
Yeah,
one.
so it's like it's like 30 hours or something that it takes them to do it.
That's crazy. And do they do it in the same fashion, like
I don't
4-hour shifts or whatever,
I don't know.
2-hour shifts?
I don't know how you would get to the next place unless
Yeah.
you were in the truck. Maybe they just switch seats. I don't really know. They're not planning on doing that this year. This was kind of like, hey, let's see how this goes. If we like it, maybe we'll pursue it. But for right now, they purchased the truck, so they're going to use the truck for some marketing events and like just kind of drive it to places and use it as a prop, which is an awesome truck.
Is he
And
doing another truck race?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No, it was kind of a one and done thing. And if they did well and liked it, then they were going to pursue the Baja next year.
So for the Dominican Republic, that's cars?
That's back to the Porsche Cup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So not entirely sure what the race is down there because it's not part of the series, like part of the circuit, the Porsche Cup circuit. But we'll see when I get there.
Yeah, just more unknowns.
No idea.
Yeah, just heading. It's funny that our first 2 weekends of the year where we're really traveling, we're double booked.
I know.
I
Because
have
all
to-
these other weeks we're not.
Yeah, it was just like nothing, and then it's like, oh, double booked. Because now I'm going to Lake Powell with Brian and with Sensation to shoot content for them, which you would have done, but double booked again.
Yep.
So I'm like, is this is gonna be the rest of the year? Just
I don't know.
double booked.
I'm just
all
glad
year.
you're at the point where you feel confident doing it by yourself.
Me too.
Why?
Because I don't want to go do it by myself.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's still like it gets better and better each time, but
Yeah.
still a little bit nervous each time. But that's I think never going to go away.
I mean, I was nervous going into the Vegas one, not knowing the people, like
Yeah.
a whole new sport, everything.
That's just part of it. Like
is.
you go to a shoot, you get one opportunity to get what you need. And if you're not a little bit nervous, then maybe you're not as alert as you could be to make sure that you're getting it done.
And how many times does it take where you're not nervous before you just get bored?
Yeah. Then you just don't care.
There's got to be a level of like anticipation and excitement to these projects, or else it's just going to get very stagnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. As soon as you get bored, then, you don't care.
Yeah.
If you're not anxious or if you're not nervous a little bit, you don't care.
Yeah. That's what, back to like the sensation thing and the refresh every 6 months. That's what keeps me so engaged. Like after 6 months of making very similar content on a similar strategy, I just kind of get bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we stopped doing it, but it's nice to just refresh.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
We're kind of doing that with sports now, moving to different areas outside of the boating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, got a lot going on, a lot of different stuff. I mean, back home, we've got some consistent projects that we're working on too, so that's kind of nice. Just to keep us busy when we're not out there, chasing boats and cars and stuff like that. What about you? What do you got going on? How's Maiko doing? I think you have like
Maiko.
one or two trade secrets that you could share potentially. I don't know if you want to give away the secret sauce, but that account's doing very well, and your posts are doing very well.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
What's that one up to now? That most recent one?
I think it's almost to 16 million, which is absolutely wild.
We're talking about views on a video here.
Yes, views on a video that
of a trailer.
Yeah, of a cigarette on a trailer, well, a Maiko trailer backing up into the water. And it's funny because it's like the song title was not on this video. And like you look at the comments and everyone's asking what this song is. It is a pretty good song.
Do
You don't even know what
I
it
have
is.
no idea what it is.
It just didn't show up as like what it was.
No.
So does it say original audio?
Yeah, it just says original audio.
People are
but-
probably taking it and then using it, but it's all linked back to that
so there's
video.
hundreds of comments on this video asking about what this song is. But we got like 30,000 new followers from just this video.
What was the Maiko account at prior to this video?
It was 20,000.
20,000 followers.
Yeah. And when we first started with Maiko, it was at like 3,000.
And now it's at what?
Like almost 55,000.
So the one post grew the
You
account by
doubled
like
it.
250%.
Yeah, which is incredible. I don't know. It's wild. But I've been inviting everyone that likes this post. And you can only invite 1,000 people at a time.
I
So
think this just speaks to consistency. Like you're
it definitely is consistency. Yeah.
posting so often, and you've not really dropped the ball on that. Like you've just been at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's the
eventually
most viewed video
of anything.
I've even heard anyone make.
Yeah.
I
In the
don't-
world?
That I know.
In
Like
the
out of all the creators that we know and everything, I've never
I'm
heard
the
someone.
most
Yeah.
famous creator Brad knows.
I mean, I don't. Maybe you're right. That's just crazy. But it works.
I mean, I can't take too much credit. I mean, it's just like, you don't know, sometimes you post things and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
like,
but
okay, I guess the internet really liked it. Like,
God,
That's
it was
such a
bad
fair.
video.
I mean, sometimes you get lucky, but you don't get lucky like that unless you're just kind of repeating the process.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
kept doing the same stuff
yeah,
until
we're just doing
finally
the same thing.
you got your big break.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
So what's next for the Maiko account?
I don't know.
Where
I'm
do
kind
you
of just
go from
like
here?
still doing the same, like posting the same type of videos, like, and they're still doing well. I mean, they're not getting that type of viewage.
Yeah, the bar's too high now.
Yeah.
From that one.
but it's all right because it's still carrying us. Like,
I mean, if you 2 to 3x the whole account, like
I don't need to post again this year.
exactly, like if you did that once a
I'm just
year,
kidding,
that
Dennis.
would be
I will
incredible.
post.
Dennis, she's kidding.
That was a joke.
It went viral.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the kids say, it went viral.
But I would even consider a couple 100,000 views a viral video. This is like another level.
I think this is
That's
viral.
what
This is
worldwide.
when your account, your
Worldwide.
following just blows up out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Scrapyard's been getting so much work lately.
Is the mic? Are you
People are
Katie? Are you Katie DiMaggio? Did you make that Maiko post?
It got all linked back to to Scrapyard.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's working. So good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we said we would take this, to 25 minutes? It's about 30, 40.
Yeah,
We had a lot going on.
No guests today. Just wanted to give everybody an update on where things are at. Try a new set out. We'll probably have a guest on next time. We don't know where we're going to put them yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. And if you're still listening, Scrapyard, Table Scraps #1 fan, my dad, happy birthday. Today's his birthday. Well, actually, when you listen to this, it's not your birthday. It was your birthday. And I just talked to you on the phone a few minutes ago. But
Aw,
happy birthday again.
Birthday!
There you go.
Happy birthday, One Punch.
There you go. That's very nice. Okay. Well, shall we call it then?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the weekend. Some March Madness.
Something. I don't
Okay.
want to watch the Red Wings.
Oh, no.
No,
All
I
right.
do. I do want to watch them, even though they suck.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.